29 minutes, that game went just about as well as you could have hoped. What happened late in the third quarter, in the last minute, and then through the fourth when you just couldn't seem to stop it?
Yeah, elite start. Scoring 36 in that first quarter. How we moved the basketball, how we shared it, got our coverages right, and obviously they just put that in the small ball lineup out there, and and then they made shots. I think they go 4 of 4 from the three in the fourth quarter, and they, Ty was getting into different spots, sitting him under the basket in dunker spots, attacking the rim, and then Windler and Ty I thought were the big difference from the game the other night in their performance, but it still comes back to the rebounding, and I thought that was an area that Windler had a massive impact. Doolittle had a big impact in getting them those second shots, and then those wild things, that we don't get the challenge. And I haven't looked at it. CG's one goes to a jump ball that turns into a three ball for them, and so there was some big momentum shifts, and their crowd got behind them, and they felt momentum there. So we got some things to work out as a coaching staff and a playing group about how to best defend that small ball group. But credit to them. They 33 to 15. It was a pretty dominant quarter from them.
You struggled to score in the second half. It felt like you still were in complete control early in the third quarter. You just couldn't find that extra bucket to put them away. And then from the moment Dally hits that three, with about a minute to go in the third quarter, you score 15 points the rest of the game. You just struggled to find ways to score in the second half.
Yeah, CG still had some looks, but they weren't the kind of looks that they kind of had to throw it up a little bit higher, and they weren't just the solid 3-point looks that we been hunting for him. We got to do a better job of that. I thought, once we put our feet in the paint, there was we scored the ball, pretty well, and so the combination of not getting free throws and not making threes was a big factor down the stretch.
Is that composure? You were making shots early, you made shots, you're not going to able to go 20 in the last quarter. Was it composure thing? Did you feel you had the pressure mounted?
Yeah, there's always a composure element in a big game, but I thought, we were pretty good with, when they made a run. It's not like I didn't think we got rattled, but I think just you look to tighten up your execution and all those, and can we just get better shots right now?
It was a very physical game. When you look at the fact that they went to the foul line 23 times, you went there 11, how much of a factor is that in the final result?
Yeah, it's always a factor. It might have been the first time that they've had over 20 free throws against us in all the games that we've played this year. I think our foul discipline has been really good against them. Our inability to get there, and there'll always be some that are questionable, but I don't think the refereeing was a factor in that one. I just thought, our ability to settle for probably contested threes versus really attacking on a second closeout, could have resulted in us getting more free throws and better shots.
Shea did an incredible job on Price again, but it felt like it was Windler and Doolittle that really were the ones that turned the tide in their favour in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, Winder, Doolittle, and Webster, to me, were certainly the ones that were the differing factor from game one, and even the differing factor from most of the game. I thought we knew Windler, and really came out and talked about they need to get him more involved, and he came out with a different attitude tonight.
Just touching on Shea, watching him in person, what he does on Bryce, I don't know if there's anyone else in the world that can do the things that he does. I mean, I know you lost the game, but how do you put into words the performance that he did against him?
Yeah, he's amazing. It's an amazing battle seeing those two. The talent of Bryce and how shifty he is, and how Shea's still able to stay with him. Bryce did a good job of drawing a couple of fouls early and really jumping back into Shea, and there's some adjustments that we needed to make on that one. But Bryce is good enough to share the basketball and hit Doolittle, and Doolittle made really good decisions for him tonight out of those little pocket passes.
Delly, how do you dissect these? It felt like when you hit that three late in the third quarter, it was a real dagger, and then you end up losing the way that you did. How do you process it?
Yeah, obviously a tough one, but just things we need to improve on for next game. I thought first half we were really clean on the defensive boards. It allowed us to get out in transition, be a bit more free flowing. Second half felt like they got a few more O boards, got to the foul line a bit more, got to set their defense, so it was a bit more of a grind. But that's what it's going to come down to in game 3. We know what they're running, they know what we're running. It's going to come down to the boards and getting those loose balls.
The offense was so smooth in the first half, and you were a big part of that. The way you were running it, whether it was finding your shooters or dumping it inside to Marcus. What changed in the second half of the
I think just what I said, like playing against a bit more of a set defense. They went with a couple different lineups, couple different coverages, so we'll watch the tape and have some solutions for next game.
What's the biggest lesson you take out with all your playing experience? What's the lesson you sort of automatically take from this game?
I think second chance points, it just felt like they happened at key moments. So if we clean that up and then, have a couple more plays that we execute a little bit better down the stretch, we'll be ready for game 3.
James, is there anything you can or will do with Jack with the free throw? There's a couple on Thursday night that he fell well short from. Tonight, 2 from 8. I think it was 81 apiece. He missed both. There was a couple that he fell short again. Is there anything you can or need to do between now and?
No, we just talked in the locker room. He's so critical to us as a player, and for him to just go work on it tomorrow, find his own little rhythm, know that we got his back when he goes to the foul line. We trust it, and he shot it pretty well all year. So just back the work he's done, and just cut out all the noise and stop thinking and just go ahead and shoot it and knock it in. And so he'll respond well.
Hard to cut out that noise out there tonight.
What's that?
It was hard for him to cut out that. I think a bit of gamesmanship from John over the time out when he was at the line as well.
Yeah, sure.
That's the strange thing about it. He's never been a guy that's struggled with his free throws to this point. Like these last 2 games. I mean, do you have any idea what's behind it?
No.
No, he'll be fine. I mean, he was 3 for 4 from 3 tonight. We want him to keep being aggressive, and he will be.
It's a funny thing. If you talk about it too much, it might get in his head more. Or if you ignore it, you don't want to ignore it. I mean, how do you approach it as one of his teammates?
He'll be fine. Cool.
Nice one, Joey. You feeling good about Tuesday night? I like your chances.
Of course. I mean, we've battled all year. We know they're a good team, but we have a lot of belief in our locker room and the type of guys we have. Thanks.
Cheers.